Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got something big to talk about. Justin Swanstrom's incredible performance in Radial vs. the World at No Mercy. Yeah, you heard that right. The man himself, Justin Swanstrom, took his pro Mod Camaro MoneyBag and went head-to-head with the fastest radial racers in the world. And let me tell you, what he pulled off at this race has everyone talking. Now, if you've followed Justin's career for a while, you know this isn't his first rodeo in Radial vs. the World. He's been here before, back in 2019, when he ran a nitrous-powered Pro Mod Camaro with a massive 959 cubic inch Musi engine. That car was a monster for its time, and Justin even laid down some mid-3.60s back then, which was flying in those days. But drag racing has evolved. The tracks have gotten stickier, the tuners smarter, and the cars, well, they're on another planet now. Fast forward to this past weekend, No Mercy, South Georgia Motorsports Park. One of the most iconic events in drag racing, hosted by the man himself, Duck. This is the battlefield for small tire racing, where the best tuners in the world come to prove who's really the fastest. And guess who rolled up ready to take on the big dogs? Justin Swanstrom and MoneyBag. Let's rewind a little. Before this race, Justin and his team made a huge change. They took MoneyBag, which had been running no time 275, and bolted on a set of 315s to enter Radial vs. the World. Sounds simple, right? Just swap tires? Not even close. This transformation meant completely reworking the car, changing the suspension setup, moving weight, adjusting overdrive, and dialing in the tune for a completely different traction profile. They went testing, and right out of the gate, the car flew. We're talking a 3.56 second pass at 208 miles per hour in testing. That's not just respectable, that's serious. To run those numbers in your first test session on a new setup means you've got the car, the data, and the people behind it figured out. And remember, this is a screw-blown Pro Mod, not a twin-turbo or nitrous setup, which makes that performance even more impressive. So, heading into No Mercy, everyone was watching to see what Justin could do. And once qualifying hit, boom. He laid down a 3.55 at 211 miles per hour, slotting himself right in the mix with the best radial racers on the planet. Let's put that in perspective. The top qualifier, Cortuccia, ran a 3.52, and later on, Travis Harvey laid down a 3.49. Justin wasn't far behind at all. For a car that was literally just converted to this setup, that's incredible. And you could feel it. People in the stands were hyped. The live stream chat blew up. Everyone was talking about how fast MoneyBag looked going down the track. It wasn't just the ETs, it was the way the car left. Straight, clean, and violent. The 60-foot looked flawless. The screw blower was screaming. You could tell this was a dialed-in operation. Then came eliminations. This is where it really got exciting. Justin fought his way through the rounds and eventually lined up in the semifinals, against none other than Travis Harvey, one of the most talented and consistent drivers in all of small tire racing. These two have history. Travis actually drives for Justin's team in some events, so this was kind of an in-house showdown. When the lights dropped, it was on. Both cars launched hard, wheels up, and thundered down the strip. In the end, Travis took the win, running a blistering 3.49 while Justin laid down another strong pass. But even though Swanstrom didn't take home the W, the statement had already been made. The crowd knew it, the competitors knew it. Justin Swanstrom was back in Radial vs. the World, and he meant business. Think about this. The last time Justin raced RVW was 2019. That's a 6-year gap. And the first time back out with a new setup, new tires, and a screw-blown combo, he's running mid-3.50s. That's faster than he's ever been in Radial before. Back in 2019, he was running 3.67s. So not only did he come back, he came back stronger than ever. That's what champions do. Now, the event itself was packed with insane performances. Cortuccia took the crown, running a 3.49, and in the finals, Travis Harvey laid down another incredible pass before unfortunately hurting his car. But the fact that these racers were going toe-to-toe in the 3.40s shows just how extreme this class has become. We're talking about over 3,500 horsepower machines going from 0 to 211 miles per hour in 660 feet. Absolute madness. What's wild is that RVW used to be the biggest class in the country. Remember those 2018 and 2019 races where you'd have 30-plus cars fighting for 16 qualifying spots? Those were legendary times. Stevie Fast Jackson, Marcus Burt, Keith Haney, Melanie Salemi, all battling it out. While the class isn't as big now, it's still one of the most exciting to watch. Every pass is a show, every car is on the ragged edge. And Justin brought some of that old-school energy back to the lanes this weekend. Now, there's another storyline that's heating up, and it's got the fans buzzing. There's talk about a $20,000 grudge race set for Lights Out next year between Jimmy Taylor, who has one of the fastest door cars on Radials, and whoever Duck chooses to represent him. Jimmy's been laying down 3.46s, and people are already debating who's going to step up to challenge him. Could it be Travis Harvey? Could it be Justin Swanstrom in MoneyBag? Imagine that showdown. Swanstrom versus Taylor, screw blower versus turbo, the stands packed, the tension through the roof. That would be must-watch racing. What's most exciting about Justin's run at No Mercy isn't just the numbers, it's the momentum it creates. He's got a car that can compete with the elite of RVW, and he's only just getting started. You know what that means: more testing, more tuning, and more chaos on the track. He's proven that MoneyBag isn't just a no-time killer, it's a true multi-platform monster that can hang in any arena. This is what makes Justin Swanstrom such a key figure in modern drag racing. He's not afraid to take risks, he's not afraid to try new things, and when he shows up, he shows up. His fan base, the Swan Gang, rides with him through every win, every rebuild, every comeback. And that's what keeps the energy alive in this sport. So, here's the takeaway, my friends. Justin Swanstrom didn't just race at No Mercy, he made a statement. He proved that with the right team, the right attitude, and a whole lot of hard work, you can step into any arena and go toe-to-toe with the best in the world. And trust me, this is just the beginning. Because if this was his first RVW race back in years, imagine what's coming next season. I wouldn't be surprised if we see MoneyBag dipping into the 3.4s, maybe even knocking on the door of the class record. And when that happens, it's going to send shockwaves through the Radial world. Now, let's talk about what makes this run even more impressive: consistency. Anybody can throw down one hot pass, but to do it over and over again under race pressure, against world-class competition, that's a different level of discipline. Justin didn't just luck into a fast ET. He and his crew earned every fraction of that second through precision, tuning, and relentless testing. You can see it in the way the car moves: planted, straight, efficient. That's the product of a team that doesn't sleep until it's perfect. And here's something a lot of people overlook: the crew behind the chaos. Big Country, Corey Swanstrom, the rest of the team, these guys are scientists of speed. Corey is one of the most underrated tuners in the game right now. He's not just throwing power at the car, he's reading data, adjusting timing, playing with boost curves, and squeezing every ounce of performance out of that screw blower setup. You can tell they're gelling as a unit. The driver trusts the tuner trusts the car, and together they push the envelope safely but aggressively. That's how you run in the 3.50s your first weekend out. Now, what does this mean for the rest of the RVW field? Let's be honest, they've been put on notice. MoneyBag came out of nowhere and immediately ran with the heavy hitters. Guys who've been campaigning their cars for years are now seeing a former NPK racer come into their sandbox and nearly take over. That's not something you can ignore. It lights a fire in the entire class, and that's good for the sport. Rivalries, new competition, and that little bit of tension between camps, that's what keeps fans engaged and racers motivated. We're seeing a shift in the drag racing world. The lines between no prep kings, no time, pro mod, and radial racing are starting to blur. Racers like Justin Swanstrom are proving that if you've got the drive, no pun intended, and the resources, you can compete across multiple formats. That adaptability is rare. It shows a level of understanding of the sport that goes beyond tuning or driving. It's strategic evolution. Justin isn't just racing, he's building a legacy across all platforms. And don't forget the marketing side. Justin's not just a racer, he's a brand. He knows how to keep fans talking, how to stay visible, and how to make drag racing exciting again for younger audiences. When he shows up to a race, it's not just about the time slip, it's an event. The Swan Gang shows up in full force, people line up for merch, and the pits turn into a full-blown experience. That kind of fan connection is exactly what this sport needs right now. It's that blend of entertainment and performance that made Street Outlaws such a phenomenon, and Justin carries that same energy into every race he enters. He's one of the few racers who understands that storytelling is just as important as horsepower. Every time he unloads MoneyBag or Prenup off the trailer, there's a story attached. A rebuild, a grudge, a comeback, or a chase for redemption. That's what hooks fans in and keeps them following every update. Another point worth noting, the technology behind these runs. Screw blowers are making a major statement right now. While turbo and procharger setups often dominate RVW discussions, Justin's showing that a screw blower, when tuned right, can hang with and even outperform the rest. It's instant power, brutal acceleration, and it sounds like pure violence. The sound alone from MoneyBag going down the track is enough to shake the ground and wake up the crowd. That mechanical symphony, the blower whine, the exhaust crackle, the tire scream, that's what gets people out to the track. It's raw, it's visceral, and it's why fans love watching Justin run. It's not sterile or clinical. It's aggressive, it's unpredictable, and it feels alive. That's something only a few racers can deliver, and it's part of what's turning MoneyBag into one of the most talked about cars in small tire racing today. Looking ahead, it's clear that this RVW performance isn't a one-time deal, it's the start of something much bigger. Justin has hinted at more appearances in Radial racing next season, and with data from No Mercy under their belt, the team now knows exactly what to tweak. Expect them to come back even faster. They'll likely experiment with new gear ratios, weight distribution, and clutch management to chase that elusive 3.4x range. And when that happens, people will have to recognize Justin not just as a Street Outlaws star, but as a legitimate top-tier radial racer. And who knows, with IHRA and other pro mod circuits expanding, there's a chance we'll see Justin balancing both worlds next year. Big tire, small tire, radial, pro mod. He's building something that transcends categories. It's not just about fitting into one lane, it's about dominating all of them. So let's wrap this up with a bit of perspective. A few years ago, Justin Swanstrom was the new kid in NPK, shaking things up, taking heat, and learning the ropes. Now, he's a seasoned, versatile racer capable of jumping into any class and making noise. His RVW showing at No Mercy wasn't just another event, it was proof that persistence, innovation, and confidence can turn a dream into reality. And that's the message for anyone watching. Never get comfortable. Keep pushing, keep adapting, and never stop chasing that next tenth of a second. Because in racing and in life, momentum is everything. So what do you guys think? Does Justin Swanstrom have what it takes to become a consistent top 5 runner in Radial versus the world? Could MoneyBag dip into the 3.4s and take down the heavy hitters next season? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you love seeing racers who push limits, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because we've got more stories coming straight from the front lines of Street Outlaws. Stay tuned, Swan Gang, because this is just the beginning.